So there is something I've talked about since all the way back in the bear market cycle, and it's continued to come up time and time and time again. And that is these major inadequacies from other blockchains in the space. So what's interesting is it has reared its ugly head once again over the last 24 hours. And this is why Cardano has nothing but opportunity in this market cycle in general. And that may lead to some pretty exciting things. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So this is really where I think that the boom for Cardano comes. It comes from adoption. It comes from the Cardano chain being utilized in a big way, whether that's government or enterprise or retail or some combination of all three. That is what is likely going to take ADA into the next era of crypto. Obviously, right now, at the time of filming this video, I'm just going to talk briefly about price. What's interesting is we saw already massive volatility today. I actually went upstairs to give my son some milk and came back down like 3 minutes, guys, and we moved down 3% basically across the crypto market. So it's going to be one of those volatile days. It's looking like, and we'll see where things end up as the day goes on. But what's crazy about the last 24 hours is, again, we've seen record highs in terms of volume, huge activity taking place, right? And what this has done is this has caused the load on some networks to become a real problem. And so, for example, on Solana, obviously that's right now where a lot of trading activity is taking place because of Trump coin and Melania coin. Won't get too much into that. And although on the Solana page, it says all systems operational, everything's good to go, no issues, right? There is huge and major congestion taking place on chain. In fact, to the point where gas fees are on the rise, are very much up from the incredible lows that it normally sees in terms of gas fees. And I've said time and time again that these other chains have huge scalability problems, right? And what that leads to is high gas fees. It leads to downtime. It leads to all these different issues. And they really come up again when activity is high. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Again, record levels of volume are going to expose some of those major problems in other blockchains. So, for example, Brian Armstrong actually said that the team is working hard on scaling our Solana infrastructure right now. Lots of Solana activity the last few days. We were not anticipating this level of surge. And this isn't even just for, obviously, Coinbase. This is for the entire Solana blockchain. It's dealt with huge problems. Gosh, trying to get a price feed to actually work on Solana right now, it is a pain in the ass, okay? Again, like I talked about, when I thought about buying some Melania coin, I couldn't even see charts. That's how bad the communication is on the blockchain right now. It's a real problem. But that's not the only place that's having issues, guys. If we look back at Ethereum, which was the baby of last chain, where most people were transacting, where most projects were launching, at 6:29 a.m. Central Standard Time in the morning, are these gas fees sustainable, right? $30 for a swap right now. And it's not even the peak of the bull market cycle yet. Right now, most of the activity is not even going on the Ethereum blockchain. How are these things sustainable? They're not, right? And this is exactly what Charles Hoskinson alluded to in his post. He said, this is why Laos and Hydra were developed. Surges like these can be handled naturally and without disruption or added cost. And this is why I keep referencing back to Cardano being so far ahead of the game, having these scalability options in place before we see this massive surge in activity. Now, people will say, "Oh yeah, that's untested, blah blah blah." Well, we just did a Doom test that did over 1 million transactions per second, and I'm sure that on Solana with these new coins, maybe those levels were in fact being approached. But we've seen that the Cardano blockchain can in fact handle that kind of load, and I think that's what makes this really exciting and a huge opportunity. Because again, if we do start to see people looking for other opportunity in the space, if we do start to see, Cardano, for example, integrate a big stable coin, USDT, USDC, DAI, RLUSD, whatever it may be, this may be where, again, you see Cardano start to take off in a big way because it doesn't have these problems. All right. That's really the point I want to hit home on. The best thing that you can have is perfect tech. And Cardano's got it. And it continues to advance and continues to prepare for the future, right? It's not, Cardano is, and this is the way that I always approach things, right? Cardano is proactive, not reactive. These other chains think, oh yeah, everything's fine, it's hunky-dory until they have major problems, and then they're trying to react to it. Cardano has gotten out ahead of basically everything that can be thrown at it. It's why it's got perfect security. It's why it's got perfect uptime. It's why it's got huge scalability options. And this is why behind the scenes it's looked at in a big way by some of these large entities that are coming to the space. So now understand, I'm not saying that this is going to materialize in an instant. This is something that takes time to happen, right? But all you really need is one thing for retail. You just need a coin that does incredibly well, and then people start flocking, people start launching copycats, right? But really, it's getting ingrained in that enterprise and that government use, and that's even a bigger opportunity still. And once the Cardano blockchain gets used in a much bigger way, that is where you see huge demand for ADA itself. It's a necessity for the blockchain in general. And I think that this is going to lead to some pretty interesting opportunities. So, like I said, all the way back in the bear market cycle, the door has been left wide open in this industry. And it definitely has not been closed. Even with the launch of the Trump and Melania meme coins on the Solana blockchain, I would say that the door has been open wider than ever. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.